Are Sam and Colby losing their core fan base? That's something that we're going to be looking into today. If you haven't seen yesterday's video, I kind of went over something similar where I spoke about how Sam and Colby might not be the best people to collab with anymore. Yes, they will get you exposure to tens of millions of people, but is that exposure good or bad exposure? That's the question that I kind of posed, as obviously we had the whole Cody and Satori situation during Hell Week last year, and then we've obviously got Nikki from Nihachu YouTube channel, who is going through a very similar experience at the moment. If you want full context to that, check out yesterday's video. But while I was scrolling through for the Nihachu Sam and Colby video that I made yesterday, I stumbled across a few subreddits talking about how people aren't exactly sure where to turn with Sam and Colby anymore. So I'm just going to read a few of them because it poses an interesting question of, are Sam and Colby, these paranormal investigators who are, doing it to serve their fans? Or are they just trying to do stuff to fit the algorithm and to fit a more childlike audience, which is probably where the bulk of their viewership comes from? So this is the first one that I found. Am I the only one annoyed? Man, I just can't watch videos anymore. It's always the same stuff. They joke around way too much. The guests almost always take the focus from the investigation. Their methods don't change, and they fake this annoying reaction to anything, especially Sam. Here's how it goes. They ask a question, they get a very vague answer that could mean anything, and Sam is like, ooh, no way! It's just so freaking annoying. I watch it cringing and honestly don't believe in them anymore. Am I the only one? I know it sounds bad, and I shouldn't even watch it anymore because but I keep trying to give them a chance to surprise me. P.S. The lack of in-depth research when they are in the locations, just spending no more than 5 minutes doing one of the machines or techniques is so annoying. I want to be like, let me effing do it. Then from the screen, lol. Edit. Now, this person clearly had to edit because the Sam and Colby fans jumped on them, and this is how the edit went. Now, let me make something very, very clear. I am a human being with opinions, likes and dislikes, and I am entitled to come to this specific group and put something out for debate, which I absolutely was right, since 99% of people seem to just share the same opinion. If you come here to attack me and say, oh, you have very deep issues and just don't watch them, or like, girl, no. This is not how this or life works. All you commenting the same stuff are just making your ages pretty clear, and I'm not interested in arguing with a 12-year-old. You guys love them, love their content, love their reactions, fine, good for you. But do not come on Reddit where people can freely debate about what they think about regarding the content and trash them just because they don't agree with you. You people are the problem just as much, because people like you who clap every time they make a lame-ass sex joke in a video or overreact every single time something happens, our opinions are valid. If you are not here to debate in a healthy way and show us your point of view in a mature way, just get the F out of here or get ready to be attacked back. But this ain't editing, that's all, I ain't editing this stuff anymore. Have a nice life. Damn, it got heated. So as you can see, this is kind of where, you might remember a couple of days ago, I made a video about the Twin Paranormal fan base, who also kind of do the same thing. Anyone that dares speak out against Twin Paranormal, Sam and Colby, Mindseed TV, these big YouTubers that have built a cult-like following. Not all of them, not all the fans, but there are a select minority that will, die in the battlefield for these YouTubers. And if you dare speak out against them, you're going to be in the firing line. You might remember it, Andrew Stonerock made a video about Twin Paranormal, and he had to delete it after just pure attacks from Twin Paranormal. Anyway, the comment section on this post are very interesting. One person stated, a lot of YouTubers that I grew up with have now directed their contents towards the upcoming generation. What do kids like? Wild over dramatic behavior. They couldn't care less about the backstory. It's the usual marketing plan that YouTubers do. It's sad to see Sam and Colby do the same. Your post is honestly valid, and I feel like a fair share of this sub will agree. I've seen a lot of negative takes towards Sam and Colby of late. Honestly, surprised y'all it's taken y'all to get to this point. Fair point. Kinda, yeah. But I just feel like that I'm probably not their target demographic. I'm 28 and I feel like it's made for more teenagers. It's got to be Mr. Beastified to keep the kids' attention span. Sadly, a lot more serious Ghost Adventures are doing the same because it gets more views. And that's exactly what it is. You know, it's this quick, choppy investigation style. Twin Paranormal do it. Sam and Colby do it. Mindseed do it. You know, and that's not me saying that that's a bad thing at all, because they're doing what works for their channel. And ultimately, no matter what YouTuber tells you that numbers don't dictate the way that their channel goes, numbers do dictate what way their channel goes. If any YouTuber ever says that to you, they're lying, because, you know, basically YouTube is structured in a way where you can get hits of dopamine if a video's performing well, because it gets like a little green up arrow, like a big bold green up arrow, and you know, fireworks will go off on the if your video's ranking 1 of 10, you know, and it's doing really, really well, and it gives you that hit of dopamine, and you want to see those numbers. You want to see a video doing well. And also, there's massive upsides to a video performing really well, because if anyone doesn't know how the YouTube algorithm works, the better the view duration, the better the click-through rate, which is how many people click on your video after seeing it, and how many views it gets. It just pushes it to a wider audience, because YouTube's like, oh, this video's doing this really well, this really well, this really well. Let's share it to more people because it must be good. It's going to keep people on my platform, which is also getting YouTube paid. So they do make it appealing. And if you have a video that's underperforming, you get a really dark grey down arrow, and it's like, and you don't want to see that. No one wants to see that. So, you know, numbers do dictate. Like, YouTube have got it nailed down to the point where creators, like, they've got it nailed down to a fine art. Anyway, let's move forward. There was another thread that I found here. So it says, I don't know where I stand with Sam and Colby anymore. I just need to share this opinion with others who love them, especially OG exploring fans. I used to love Sam and Colby. I know their post schedule, and I would check when a new video was out. From way back in the beginning of their exploring days, I loved when they switched to paranormal, because it was I was even more interested in that. But recently, I'm not sure where I stand with them, and I'll list some points. Recently, I cannot get myself to sit through their videos. I feel like I'm watching a completely different duo. And I understand people change as they get older, but I don't feel like they've changed in a growing. I feel like they've changed from a genuine YouTuber to money grabbers. Wow. This is coming genuinely from their Reddit thread, by the way. And before anyone says that they need to make money to make videos, trust me, they made a lot of money from what they did before the past couple of years. They had millions of subscribers, and that comes with money. Not necessarily. I do disagree with that point. Subscribers don't translate into money at all. Views translates into money. Subscribers now isn't as important as what subscribers were about 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago on YouTube, because subscribers are more of a novelty thing. Views are what matter. Subscribers don't necessarily... If you get loads of subscribers, your channel can still only get a few thousand views, right? And YouTube's a bit weird. It went through this transition where it obviously kept subscribers, but it's not as important. It's not an analytic that's taken into account when YouTube decides whether your channel's performing well or not. Now, that's just a little caveat from me. 2. Who are these people they're bringing on the channel? Selena and Chris, I love, especially their individual channel. I like them in Sam and Colby vids too. I don't love them in the way that I don't think they add a lot to the vids, but I think the vids are more fun with them in it. But all these other guests, why are they here? They add nothing. I do see that a lot. Sam and Colby do collab with a lot of people. I cannot believe what I saw on Side Eye Guy's video after the Bel Air house, and I believe I am appalled by the behaviour displayed by Sam, Colby and Seth. I want to remind everyone reading this post that these are grown men. To see two guys that I loved and followed for so long, along with Seth's disgusting joke, and treating someone's property so horribly is awful. And yes, the woman had every right to call the cops as it is her property. Honestly, they always seemed like nice guys, but to see them laugh and Colby kind of agree, I cannot believe that. That they would go along with the sexual joke made about an unsuspecting woman who was working with them on a professional level. To think that this is how they view women, because that's what I think that's what those clips showed me. And going along with it is just as bad as saying the joke. They are grown men, and they would have said something to Seth, but they laughed. And Colby kicking the bear and treating someone else's property with such disrespect is awful. What happened to the guys that would crack jokes but still treat places with respect? It just makes me think that this level of disrespect they treat every location which when I watch their vids. And don't get me started on the joke Colby made about the young girl who died and balls. Like, what? Can't remember which vid it's from. All in all, maybe I just thought that they were different from who they are, and it's my mistake. Maybe growing with them over the years and being older and finally seeing the wrongs in the videos, maybe I've just outgrown them. But I would like to hear what you guys think. Edit, I also forgot to mention I was re-watching the Side Eye Guys video from the clip from the security footage of Sam saying, confession number 1, none of this S is real. While they were reviewing footage, I think I can't quite make out what they are doing, but that's what it looked like to me in the Bel Air house, which I just think is a massive thing that needs to be talked about. So I'm adding it for future readers who may see this post. Completely fair point. I mean, obviously the Bel Air thing happened a long time ago. I've made a video about it. You know, I've gone over the ins and outs of it and the entire situation, but you know, a lot of people in my comment section were Sam and Colby defenders, and they were like, well, you know, they didn't say anything wrong, it was just a joke. People make jokes and it shouldn't be taken so seriously, but at the same time, there is a time and a place for that kind of joke, and, you know, they obviously thought that they were within the comfort of off camera, but they still kind of made the joke, and I think that opened a lot of people's eyes to who they were off camera, as, you know, they don't seem to be the people that they claim to be. But what do you guys think of this? Are Sam and Colby I mean, let's just look at their YouTube channel. They're not falling off at all. Tens of millions of views every single video. There is absolutely no way that these guys are falling off in any way. They're still performing incredibly well. But, you know, are they losing that core fan base that they once had? Are people outgrowing Sam and Colby? Are Sam and Colby trying to just move in a direction of a younger audience? I open the floor to you guys. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. While you're down there, be sure to jump to get the hell out of that like button if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new, and until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.